Greetings, my friends. Thank you so much for meeting me here on this beautiful Sunday evening. Today, I'd like to take you through a very powerful and special process. It's a self-healing technique that you can use for yourself anytime, anywhere, and it's not the fluffy stuff. This is the one that when we need to pull out the big guns. And today's the day to speak to you about that because today a student of mine asked me, what is the most important thing that you can do spiritually? And I had to think about it a long time. I know she was looking for me to say, Buddhism over Hinduism or something like this, but really the answer that I gave her is develop your own inner terrain. Learn how to meditate, learn how to navigate the mind and the emotions, and do it now. Do it every day now, so that when something happens in life, either physically or emotionally or environmentally, that is a real shock to the system, then you have something to work with. And in the instance that you need to heal yourself, heal your physical body or your emotions, then you have something to keep you from taking the path of grief or panic or deep sadness and simply sinking into that and watching your life kind of take that path for a long time, to say, okay, I'm in a sad moment, and I'm also going to be whole and joyous as I connect with my high self. So there's a process that I used. The question brought me back to the time when I ruptured numerous discs in my cervical spine. And of course the doctors wanted to operate immediately and had all kinds of really threatening reasons why I needed that surgery. And I knew immediately that no one was going to cut me and that I was going to heal myself. And they laughed me out of the office, and I went straight home and did exactly what I said I was going to do. It took time. I had to change my entire life. And of course, there was a shock and a sadness at suddenly not being able to do everything that I had planned to do. I had to really change my life. Yet, I healed my body. And there was much more benefit to doing that than just the physical healing itself. There was also then the mental and emotional knowing that I can heal my body. And it also gives me the ability to sit here and say to you, you can heal your body. So there's a technique that I use. In a way, it's kind of complex. You can go as far down that rabbit hole as you want to in terms of learning about it and mastering it. But in another way, it can be very elementary and simple, and that's what I'd like to reveal to you today. And then we'll do a sound meditation. Before I go any further, I'd just like to remind everyone that the August 27 to 29 therapy harp training in Encinitas, California at the Soul of Yoga is coming right up. If you've ever been called to these harps, I have some stock available, so you can still order a harp and have it in time for the training. I would love to work with you for so many reasons. Namely, the world needs more healers right now. So if you'd like more information, just go to my website at shellyreef.com. Thank you for that. And now, this technique. So I'm going to break this down into the most elementary presentation that I can, and then we'll have a sound healing to kind of play with it. So think of it this way. Everything is energy, and we probably know, if we've been around the spiritual block a couple times, that we're made up of cells, and in those cells it keeps breaking down and down and down, and it gets down to an atom, and then you look inside the atom, and what's in the atom? 99% nothing. Nothing. 99% nothing. And what is there, right, are these tendencies, these energies that actually kind of blink in and out, and there is vast amounts of space even between them inside of the cell. And so these energies inside of the cell, these you can call them frequencies, energies, tendencies. You can think of them however you like, but today I invite you to visualize them very simply as just little balls inside of the smallest part of you, the atom, the nucleus of the cell, subatomic particle, right there, little particles, okay? And when we're healthy, that energy creates this beautiful fabric that is even and balanced. And so imagine then that if we're not healthy, if there's something inside of us that is discordant or in dis-ease or not well, imbalanced, right? Then you can imagine that those little balls, right, are all different shapes and sizes and kind of deformed, and some of them are stuck together, and some of them are over here trembling in the corner, right? It's chaos. And this is pretty kind of literally how that looks, right? It's not harmonious. It's not balanced at all. And so what does it look like in that part of your body that you might be wanting to heal? And it could also be even the emotional self that you're wanting to heal, where whatever it is, if everything is harmonious and balanced and healed, if it's whole and healed, because this is what you want to visualize. What it looks like is all of those little balls, right, are nice and even, the same size, they're all the same distance from each other. They're making these beautiful patterns coming together and apart. They're kind of flowing like the ocean, like a fabric of energy on the ocean that kind of swells and comes back together again in this kind of beautiful dance. That is what healthy energy looks like. You know, the energy, you can measure it from the heart to the mind. When we're imbalanced or in emotional distress, that energy is very broken and kind of zigzaggy and sharp. You can see it in the scientific experiments. But when we come to that 0 point, when we come to that inner presence, and we let go of the stress tendency, and we come into true alignment, that line of energy becomes very balanced and whole and evenly spaced. Yeah. So it's a wonderful thing to use this visualization. Any time that we visualize, we kind of do battle with our own mind, because our mind has a tendency to go into survival mode, which is where it spends most of its time, and it wants us to survive, and so we thank it for that. But in survival mode, when we go into the part of us that isn't working right now, or is injured or ill or damaged, or it might be something historical, when we go into that fight or flight jumps up, and when we close our eyes, ooh, my light just went out, so I'm going to continue in the dark. It's very mysterious. So when we, I wonder if I can, let's see. It's like camp. Very cool. So when we go into that place in our mind with our eyes closed, we probably see the fears around it. You know, what this injury? What if I don't heal? You know, what if I can't walk again? What if this illness? What if this is the beginning of the end? You know, is this going to kill me? Who's going to love me if I'm not well? Is my heart so broken, that I can't even be in this world, right? We'll see those fears. We may see the anger, how dare she, or, how could that happen? We might see the regrets. So it's important to keep practicing until you break through into that alignment. So when you see those regrets and that fear, that's that discordant, balled up, gunky, uneven, imbalanced energy. Those little balls in their container being just a total mess. Okay. But what we're looking for is the moment that the mind breaks through into balance, harmony, ease, grace. And you will know when you break through into this, because you will feel joy. You will feel the energy of joy. You might even break into an irrepressible smile in that moment. So keep going, and it may not happen the first day. It may not happen the first week. It may take you a long time, but keep going, because it's there and it's possible, and never give up. And every time that you practice this meditation, you get closer and closer and closer and closer. So never give up. I am going to do my best right now to help you visualize what this looks like. And so stay with me. We're going to move quickly through this meditation. So as always, I recommend using earbuds or headphones to really absorb the frequencies of these instruments. Taking that first breath, that deep, expansive, lengthening breath, the breath that stretches the space around your heart, like a yawn for your heart, for your emotions. And as you exhale, see if you can really press that breath out and exhale a little bit more air than you just inhaled. Let it all go. Taking another breath just like that, inhaling deep, full, tall, wide. Stretching the space around the heart, stretching the emotions. And as you exhale, feel a little bit more space in your emotions around your heart as you exhale a little bit more air than you just inhaled. Inviting you now to take one more breath on your own, just like this. And really gain all the benefits that you possibly can from that one breath. And at the completion of that exhale, inviting you to allow the breath to come back to normal. Turn all of your thoughts towards the observation of the breath. Nothing now but the inhale, the exhale. As you observe the breath, allow the body to surrender to the arms of gravity. Surrender into the divine feminine of Mother Earth. allowing your awareness now to drop into your heart. As if you reside in your heart. Simply be with your heart. No right, no wrong, no judgment. Just being with your heart. Maintaining that awareness on your heart as you now simultaneously become aware of your mind. Asking you now to balance. The space between the heart and the mind. Balance the gravity of the heart and the mind, making them the same. Balance the brightness of the heart and the mind, making them the same. With your awareness on the heart and mind, inviting you now to simultaneously allow your awareness to turn to your energy body and perfectly balancing the three. Imagine a triangle with the exact amount of space and energy between each element of the heart, the mind, and the energy. With your awareness here on these three aspects of you, perfectly balanced, perfectly harmonized between them, including now the physical body. Inviting you to visualize these four aspects of you. Perfectly balanced, harmonized, the exact same space and distance, the same level of importance, brightness of each. And with your awareness on these four aspects of you, inviting you now to broaden your awareness one more time to include your auric field, the energies that surround you. Visualizing these five aspects of you like sacred geometry, perfectly balanced, the exact energy, distance, gravity, illumination of each. maintaining this wholeness within you, this balance of every aspect of you. As you focus your awareness now on any aspect of yourself that you are wishing to heal in this moment, it could be physical, emotional, mental. It could be historical. It could be trans-lifetime, transgenerational. And just as the earth, just as gravity held you when you entered this state of surrender, hold this state, this place within you. In deep nurture and care. Though this aspect of you has been hurt or damaged in some way, I invite you now to visualize this part of you, however that occurs to you. Visualize this aspect of you as a sea of perfectly balanced molecules, tendencies, those little balls of energy, of light. Perfectly spaced, perfectly balanced, perfectly harmonized, communicating between and with each other. In the divine language of the authentic essence of you. As you continue to visualize this fabric of perfect, flowing, balanced beauty, ebbing and flowing gently, naturally, like a cloud or a wave, perfectly balanced within itself, perfectly harmonized, perfectly communicating within itself and with every other aspect of you, sending the message of wholeness, of being healed, whole, the authentic essence of you, to every function of your being. Bathe in this grace. As you do this deep inner work, if there are any discordant energies being released, then simply send them into the purifying light of a source, an energy greater than you. Send it into the purifying light of the sun, to be transformed, transmuted back into benevolent frequency in the universe, essentially setting that discordance free. Inviting you now to reflect back upon your inner journey here and collecting close to you any new awareness, openings, new realizations, new sensations of abilities of healing the self. Gather them close and make them part of the fabric of you so that you may become the healer of yourself in every waking moment. Having the intention now that all of the goodness that you gathered on this inner journey become part of the expression of you in the world as you prepare now to re-enter time, space, reality, today, this life, your environment. Taking a deep breath. Taking that breath that once again stretches the space around the heart, expands the shoulders, lengthens the spine. And on your next deep breath, allow that life-giving prana to flood through your entire body. And coming to awaken yourself energetically, even before you awaken physically. Taking a big deep breath, a stretch, a yawn. And as you open your eyes, if you haven't already, looking around, observing your surroundings, and see if you can maintain that balance within, the balance of every aspect and element of you, balance between the heart and the emotions and the mind, the physical, the energetic, and even the auric field. And see if you can maintain that balance in that aspect of you which you are healing now. Many, many blessings for your healing. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight in the dark. May the light of your high self light your path brightly. May that within you, which is balanced, whole, healed, may the authentic essence of you be the breath of every word, gesture, every expression, every step in this world. And may the light that you shine outwards reflect back upon you from everyone that you meet. Many, many blessings. Thank you for being here. I love you also. Aho. Namaste.